Hey everyone, welcome back to Film Tremble. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also leave a like on the video. Now let's get started. In the beginning of her episode, 40-year-old Bethany was honest about the fact that she just couldn't stop overeating, saying that food was her happy place and that she would even trade food for sleep if she could. Her husband Sheldon and her daughter Isabella were the ones bringing her food throughout the day. Yet when Bethany talked to Dr. Now during her first appointment, she denied that Sheldon was the one enabling her to overeat. During the first weeks of her weight loss journey, Bethany then kept telling the cameras how well she was doing, but when she went to see Dr. Now again, it turned out that she had only lost 14 pounds. She claimed that she was sticking to the 1,200 calorie diet and continued to lie about sticking to Dr. Now's plan the entire episode, despite the results showing otherwise. Although she eventually got approved for weight loss surgery, it didn't take long until Bethany started gaining again. Still, she claimed that she was sticking to Dr. Now's diet plan. It eventually felt like the cravings were too much, and since the weight loss surgery hadn't worked the magic she had apparently expected, Bethany ultimately decided to quit the program. At just 27 years old and 665 pounds, Shanae Murray was one of the heaviest people to appear on season 6 of My 600 Pound Life. But it was her argumentative nature that made her one of the most memorable patients ever. She would not only lie about her eating habits, but would also constantly argue with the doctors and ignore their advice. However, when she went as far as having her husband sneak fast food in the hospital and trying to cover it up by throwing the empty boxes into other patients' trash, Dr. Now confronted them and obviously questioned whether or not Shanae was actually planning to lose weight.
I'm telling you, doctor, I got water weight.
You should have lost 130 pounds by now. And you're eating this junk and you keep lying to me.
Despite claiming to be sticking to the diet, Shanae gained an additional 48 pounds and never even tried to work through her issues in therapy sessions. After trying to make her understand the severity of her situation, Dr. Now couldn't get through to Shanae as she refused to take responsibility for her life and just kept saying that she was relying on God's plan for her. Season 7 LaShanta weighed in at 662 pounds and had been bedridden for 2.5 years when she first came to Houston to see Dr. Now. Following the appointment, the mother of 4 kept promising she'd stick to the diet, but unfortunately didn't and instead made a lot of excuses.
And I just sneak a little bit of it when no one's looking. And maybe stash a little for later. That doesn't mean I'm not working hard.
When LaShanta eventually came back 6 months after her first appointment, she seemed to be in even worse condition, and Dr. Now decided to keep her in the hospital for a month due to some serious health issues. He then discharged his patient, giving LaShanta a weight loss goal of 100 pounds over 2 months. But when she returned, she had only lost 3 pounds. So Dr. Now told her that she was done with the program. Although LaShanta kept begging him to give her another chance, the bariatric surgeon stuck to his guns, telling her that she could come back if she lost 50 pounds, but that she would have to do it on her own.
You take care of LaShanta and good luck.
Watch, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you when I come back here. I'm serious, I'm gonna show you.
This might have seemed a little too strict to some, but it appeared to be just the wake-up call that LaShanta needed, as it turned out to be the only way to make her understand that making excuses and trying to manipulate everyone around her wouldn't help her lose weight and change her life. She eventually managed to shed the weight, and when she came back to Dr. Now, he happily welcomed her back to the program. Season 8 JT weighed in at an incredible 892 pounds and had a huge 100-pound lymphedema on his left leg. Since he was in pretty bad shape generally, Dr. Now decided to keep him at the hospital for a month, where he lost over 100 pounds. Unfortunately, JT broke up with his girlfriend during this time though, and after being left all alone in Houston, he became pretty depressed. When Dr. Now then sent him to rehab where he was supposed to get in better shape, JT was not happy, and since he was now able to order takeout, he ended up losing just 10 more pounds in 2 months. When the bariatric surgeon confronted him about that, JT shocked viewers when he talked back to the one person who had been willing to take a chance on him. In fact, JT almost proudly announced that he hadn't gained any weight since coming there, but Dr. Now replied that at his size, he should have lost 100 pounds per month. JT felt differently, however, saying that this was just Dr. Now's opinion, and he was completely disregarding the fact that being in the rehab had put JT in a bad mental state, which drove him to eat.
Mental state, me not being in a mental state, being stressed out, makes me eat, makes me want to eat. That's me being here.
He even claimed that he would have easily lost the weight at home, while Dr. Now reminded him that it was all up to him and that there was no hope for him with his attitude, that he would just kill himself with food, to which JT simply replied, "Noted," with the attitude of a defiant teenager. Thankfully, he eventually changed his attitude and ultimately got weight loss surgery. That's all we have for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to leave a like if you do.